So it's been a bit since I posted a long video, but pop the champagne because I'm back, baby! Apologies for my absence of uploads. Life has been super busy. Heck, I'm making a movie over the summer with my buddies. But don't worry, even life won't stop your favorite YouTuber from uploading a new video. I was trying to think of a nice video to put together for you guys that wouldn't take me a million years. As I said, I'm making a movie, so that consumes an insane amount of time. You guys seem to love my top 10 favorites of 2023 list, so today I'm going to give you guys my top 5 favorites of 2024 so far. Don't worry, at the end of the year, I'm still going to make another top 10 of the year. Anyway, this intro is already long enough. Let's get it! The latest from Richard Linklater can only be described as one thing: a ton of fun. I'm not really sure what genre this movie even is. It's kind of just everything. It's got some thrilling moments, it's got some comedy, and of course, it's got some romance. The big standout here is easily Glenn Powell as the lead character. I'm so glad we finally got to see him play a different type of role. I feel like every movie of his that I've seen, he plays as the arrogant but likable pretty boy who ends up saving the day. Here he's playing a totally different character, and I liked getting to see that different side of him. This is on Netflix, so it should be accessible to 99% of you, since basically the whole country has a Netflix subscription. So next time you got some free time, go put it on. It's a pretty great watch. Obviously, my expectations were sky high for Furiosa. It is the sequel to one of the 10 best action movies of the past 20 years, after all. And man, it did not disappoint. I think what Furiosa does so well is it manages to change up the formula while also staying awesome. This is definitely a much slower paced and more personal film than Fury Road, and that's a good thing. Obviously, it was never going to be able to top Fury Road's action or stunt work, so George Miller made it different so it could stand out. I think this easily has hands down the best story in the franchise, and probably the best characters in the franchise. Basically, my only complaint is the rating. Like, how is this movie rated R? There's barely any violence, especially compared to the rest of the franchise. Is Pixar finally back? They actually made a movie I legitimately loved. I didn't know that was possible anymore. Inside Out 2 is epic. Like the rest of the world, I loved the original Inside Out, so I was pretty hyped for this one. It genuinely gives me so much joy to say that this is a big win for Pixar. They've been on such a cold streak recently. I didn't see Lightyear, but everyone seemed to hate it, and Turning Red and Elemental were both abysmal. This is a huge step in the right direction for Pixar. It took everything great about the first one and it built upon it. It also has a really great message of not letting anxiety control your life and take hold of you. As someone who has a sister who's going through a lot of the stuff Riley's going through in the film, the movie just really hit unbelievably hard. Why have the family movies been hitting so hard this year? If open to pretty mixed reviews, so I really didn't know what to think going into it, the only thing I knew for sure was my boy, Jim from The Office, was writing and directing it. If you couldn't tell already, I loved it. This movie has so much heart and so much warmth to it, which really carried the film. It has this whimsical, childlike, wondrous feel to it, while also feeling very mature. Like, it's genuinely one of the most mature children's movies I've ever seen. It's able to convey these complex messages of grief and fear while telling it in a way that children can understand. To put it simply, this movie made me cry on like 5 different occasions. Wait, let me check. 1, 2, 3. Absolutely no one's surprised. Dune 2 is my favorite movie of the year. What an absolute masterpiece. Now, I also got the best possible viewing experience for this one. I saw it on opening night in the Chinese theater on a 70mm IMAX print with 800 other people. And with this, I got to fulfill a lifelong dream of mine. Getting to see Christopher Walken's 50-foot tall face, baby! There are few movies that are perfect on all levels, such as Dune 2. The story feels epic and grand, the acting is great, especially from Chalamet and Bardem. Villeneuve's direction is superb, and then there's every single technical level, which I won't mention because we would be here till next year. Possibly the biggest standout, though, has to be the cinematography. I mean, not that I expected the cinematography to be anything less than amazing, but even my dad noticed how great it was. My dad couldn't tell you the difference between a crash zoom and a dolly zoom. Dune 2 is so good that I seriously doubt anything will top it. You would have to summon Christopher Nolan to make another Oppenheimer level movie to beat Dune 2. If you haven't seen Dune 2, what are you doing with your life? Get off YouTube, sit down, and watch this freaking masterpiece. Anyway, that's going to do it for today. I hope you all enjoyed this video. It'll probably be a while before I make another long video, so to reward your patience, I'm going to let you guys decide my next video. Whatever the most liked comment on this video is, will be my next video. Within reason, of course. If you ask me to rank the 50 Shades movies, I'm not doing that for obvious reasons. So drop what you'd like to see me do next down in the comments below. With that, I'm the moviegoer. Go follow me on Letterboxd, here's my tag, and I'll catch you all later.